Man, I'm feeling like the time is now or never. Step my game up, got my weight up, the timing couldn't be better. Y'all niggas run your mouth, y'all could get it, it's whatever. You alphabet boys, my crew is the 7 flutter decks. All G's, niggas said they hard working, hardly trying to get lifted. High as one of them all. I'm way too driven for y'all dudes to try to park me. These niggas is terrible, man, that's where the Charles Barkley.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining in for another episode of Run It Back. Where, like we said before, we showcase the area's greatest basketball players out of Waterbury, Connecticut. So this week that we're gonna showcase Mr. Mike Sanders out of Sacred Heart High School. He's gonna be joining in. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna have some good conversation. We're gonna bring it back to before he became a legend on the high school tip, and then a little bit after. You know what I mean? So without further ado, we're gonna bring in Mr. Mike Sanders from Sacred Heart High School.
Today's episode is sponsored by LeMan Fitness, where every day reminds you it's never too late to get fit. And also the good folks at Miz Work, letting you know it's not work unless it's Miz Work. Now we back.
How you doing, man? All right, now. So, like I said, this is Mike Sanders, one of the area's greats to come out of Waterbury, Connecticut from Sacred Heart High School. How you doing, my brother?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on here, man. It's a privilege, man.
Nah, man, it's an honor for us to be able to, showcase our talent. You know what I mean? A lot of our young kids, the younger generation, don't know like the cloth that a lot of them are cut from. You know what I'm saying? So, this show is just kind of like a little snapshot of, hey, look, the city, got some talent, has some ballers, always has some ballers. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, shedding light on the yesteryears. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Giving them props. You know what I mean? Like, look, this is what you meant for our city. You know what I mean? You made you stamped your imprint on the court, so we're here to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So, what I'm saying? We're just going to cut to the chase, So, we're going to take it back to, before high school and all that. What was the thing that got you, entrenched in ball?
I think just with anything, when I used to go to the boys club,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? So I think the boys club era was, that was very, very important back in the day, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I just think that just the whole thing from the fun club to, what I'm saying, playing the war and all that. And then the gym time, ping pong, soccer table.
The soccer table,
you know what I'm saying?
The foosball tournament.
So, all that stuff, man. Don't forget the swimming. You know what I mean? You go swim. That's like you had the Jerry curl back then.
You put my Jerry curl.
So you couldn't get that. Oh, that's
the S curl. The S curl. It's fade mine, it's fade on the side.
You couldn't get that thing wet, so you weren't even going in there, man. You know what I'm talking about? Those that got Jerry curls, you couldn't get that thing wet. I didn't mean to call y'all.
Like I said, Bobby Brown was in style back then. Everybody had the Bobby Brown cut, fade on the side, curl at the top.
Oh, you had the Gumby?
I had all that.
There's a moment, huh?
Like crazy.
But like I said, man, like going back to the boys club days, man, sometimes, man, nowadays, man, the kids don't understand that type of stuff, man. That was just like the junior pro, the dunk contest, jumping off the mat.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Then like with the boys club, it was like you got junior pro, and if you was like really kind of, the state team. Now that's when you travel all over. That's really a state. That was a real state team back then. That's kind of like equivalent to like the AAU teams now. Not so much how it is now, but the state team, you had to try out for the state team back then.
The state team, man, if you wasn't nice, you wasn't on it. It wasn't it wasn't like your mother was paying or this one was paying, this one was looking like. If you wasn't nice, you wasn't on it, man. There was only a select few that was really nice back then. It's not like how nowadays, it's not taken away from the kids today, but I mean, a lot of the, just back then, it just wasn't nobody that was really soft. Right. I was playing on those teams, man, and it was like you had to bring it, and then when you was coming, and then if you wasn't bringing it, then they was telling you about it.
Yeah.
Your teammates, or you sitting down, you didn't want to go to boys club the next day, or
right.
this time the next, man. It was different.
Absolutely, absolutely. So like with the boys club, so like I knew you before the boys club. You know what I'm saying? But it was like when I seen you at the bus, oh shoot, that's Mike. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I didn't know you as like, I think like from us, your first interaction is the game room. You see people, you know, you interact in the game room, and you playing the, like you said, the foosball and all that pool and all that. Might watch WWF on the TV screen on Saturday, but it's like when you get into that gym, it's like, oh shoot, this is a different arena. It ain't kickball and all that. It's basketball. So now you start seeing like the miniature, you know, like you said, the miniature. Then you got the junior pros and then the state team. But all that was birthed in that building, you know what I'm saying?
But the thing about it is that you always wanted to play against the best. You don't want to play, even if you was like maybe 8 or 9, you wanted to play up.
Yes.
You don't want to play down. You wanted to play up because you wanted that smoke. You know what I mean? So it was totally different, man. And it was just like the whole brand of basketball was just at a different level at that time. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And it was like everybody was competitive.
Yes.
Everybody was competitive.
Everybody.
You know?
And here's one for you. Even with let's start at junior pro, right? Because that's like all the elementary school type kids, junior pro.
Do you kill that?
Huh?
You gonna kill that? You just gonna watch it. I'm gonna kill it.
Yo, Mike, listen, Mike, you speaking. You have one of them.
I feel bad because you know why? I seen it when it was right here. It was the end. But I don't like to kill animals. I don't like killing animals. Like, if it don't bother me, it can live. That's how I feel. It won't bother his business. I was like, live.
You at the crib, you see a roach. Don't nobody out there. They see that roach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, man.
He said, you don't see that?
You don't see that? You gonna kill that what, man? Go ahead.
Like you stupid.
Oh man.
But yo, it was like that almost made me lose my train of thought. But it was like you said, it was a hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're young, you still want to play with the older heads. You know what I'm saying? Show what you had. You wanted that opportunity. It wasn't like, and I was talking with Jay Johnson when he was up here a couple episodes ago. We was talking about when we played in junior pro. We used to love it when like Terry. Remember Terry used to run the junior pro league back then with the Jerry curl.
He wasn't going with nowhere near no more.
Nah.
So y'all singing together?
Yeah. Nah, we wasn't hanging together. Nah, y'all had to buy you down, yo. One dude was faded on the side, yo. But Terry would kick somebody out. Me and Chase be like, yo, I hope they don't come tonight, man, because we're gonna get busy. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, the hierarchy. We knew like you ain't gonna get an opportunity to really, you know, shine if the stars on your team is there. So you prayed that they wasn't there. So you know what I'm saying? It was like we was hungry then. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you said, you wanted to be able to show you know what you had. Even at those younger levels like that. What was like, who was your hierarchy at that junior pro? Because you was ours. Like you, Hero. You know what I'm saying? Talents, Moosey, God bless the dead to the brothers. Corny. Y'all was me and Jay's like hierarchy, like, you know what I'm saying? We used to like, dad, gonna Mike and them, they there tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? We used to hope that y'all get sick with the flu, you know what I'm saying? But anything. Not to wish you bad, but back then we used to hope like that. We used to hope like that. Yeah, we was like that, yo. We want to get busy. But the thing is like, we was waiting for our opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And in most cases, it took for us maybe like a year or two, because it ain't like we ain't stopped playing junior pro. Yeah. It was like, all right, gradually, now it's your turn. And we ran it like y'all ran it before us. You know what I'm saying? Who was your hierarchy at that time?
I think at that time it was like T. Davis, Mark Robb. Who else? They was playing like there was a couple of grades older than me. So, but just watching them, just even some of the other dudes that, like, remember Squirt?
Squirt. Oh yes. Yes.
Squirt. A couple of the other dudes like Jerome Malloy used to come in there, like, you know what I mean? Like, them dudes, man. Them dudes was nasty back then, man.
Right.
Like, just playing with them. If you could play against them, or you was on the same court with them, or you could score with them, or they respected you and passed you the ball.
Pass you the ball.
That was a big thing, man, because nobody was passing you the ball, though, man. I'm just gonna keep fucking with you, man. Eat the ball, man. Stink. But if them dudes was passing you the ball or things like that, like, you was like, damn, man, I got a shot. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, too, when you're younger, you like, I don't want to make a mistake.
That too, though.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make a mistake. They pass me the ball and then they go out of bounds or something like that. Now, from me, just kind of like on the outside looking at, back in the day, like a lot of like the inner city guys we went to, and even coming up, it was like North End, West Side, Wallace. You know what I'm saying? You and Harold, y'all went to, you know, Lake Harbor.
So they didn't really respect us like a little bit. I mean, like back then, because we went to parochial school.
Right.
And the league was weak though. It was whack.
Uh-huh.
But the bottom line is that I just think going to parochial school is like you understood how to shine. You understood how to put a team on your back because you had to deal with the pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when you came to the boys club, you always had something you had to prove because you went to the parochial school.
Right.
And they went to Wallace, North End, West Side, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But they respected you. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I just think that was good for me because then if I knew I could play with them and then play it parochially, I was going to kill the parochial league. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I
right,
think that was pretty dope. Just able to Hero and I to make that transition and then come back and get that respect. Yeah, that was dope.
Now y'all played together in the parochial level?
Yeah, so we played 5th and 6th. You know what I'm saying? So we played together. We played together 5th and 6th.
I only knew, not to cut you off, I only knew 3 guys that played in the parochial league. That was you, Harold, and shout out to Ricky Shepard. You know what I'm saying? He played for St. Mary's. Look, he grew up on the hill, so I got to shout him out.
He was nice?
Yeah, but he was nice.
Okay, all right.
He was nice, but he didn't play at the high school level. And I think, you know what I'm saying, he's the first person I've seen, you know what I'm saying, you know, dunk in the middle of a taps game.
Oh, word.
Like, while now we grown, like, everybody's, you know, at least 17, 15, 16, 17, 18. So he'll come down to taps game and, you know what I'm saying, he went down south, then he came back. He played, he went to Crosby, but he didn't play. He didn't even go for the team. And I was like, yo, Rick, man, why don't you go for the team? But he felt like he was undersized for his position, but he'd definitely go upstairs. But y'all were the only 3 at that time that I knew that played for those schools. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's cool.
You know what I mean? But, you know, just like bringing it back to like that boys club time, it was like watching you play, you know what I'm saying? You was like an assassin. Like, and when I say that, it was like, Mike gonna shoot it, but you take over the game, take it to the hole, like, yo, give me every play, you know what I'm saying? You take over the game. Hero was, he'll dictate the, he like a true point guard, but he can get busy too. You know what I'm saying? But it was like sent back sometimes as we're younger, like we gotta wait our turn. It was like, listen, I'm not even getting in the game, like, but it becomes entertaining, like just kind of like watching the chemistry, like, because a lot of time on the junior pro level, y'all was on different teams. But state team, we always on the same team, and y'all was running the show on the state team. We get in when y'all done blow somebody out, you know what I'm saying? Then we can get up in the game, but it's like watching y'all chemistry is like, yo, like.
Yeah, so it's like me and him been playing together like for so long, man. It was like Batman and Robin, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was just like, he would dictate, but then I would take it over. And then it was just like, he'd be like, do what he do, penetrate, kick, then I go to the hole, whatever the case may be, and then like, it was like I was passing the torch down to him after, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So, but he always been like my partner in crime as far as like doing parochial league, or even when we play AAU together, you know what I'm saying? So that's my dude right there, man. So, and just like, he had a messy Jerry curl too.
Yeah, he had a Jerry curl.
He had a messy Jerry curl.
He had a Jerry curl. I had to say it at least. He had a Jerry curl.
He had a messy one though. You know what I mean? I never forget one day at the club, man. Remember when you had to take that test?
Which one?
The test, the pass to go over to the deep
end in the swimming pool? Yeah.
Man, I was so mad. He was like hanging on to the wall like the whole time. He couldn't put his head underneath. He had the cap on. We still talk about that, man.
Oh man, you gotta get him when you go to the show, yo.
Yeah, man. That's about that when you have him on.
You gotta get him, yo. He getting this, yo. So you figure, okay, now, at that level, did the lights seem brighter to you from the junior pro? Obviously, the competition is different when you play on the state team because you're moving around.
Yeah.
But did it seem like bright in the point where, all right, we got to get busy now?
So I just felt as though like I was playing with the best players.
Okay.
I was playing with you know what I mean, Mark T and all them other dudes, man, that was up, and I was playing with them. So I felt like anywhere that we went, we was gonna win. Even if we lost, I felt like we was gonna, because they was the best players around. I felt they was the toughest. You know what I mean? They didn't take no jump, man. They were just playing that, and if I played with them and I fit up with them, so that was my lights right there. They accepted me as like, this dude is nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when we went anywhere else, then my confidence was already up.
Okay.
I think who you play with, who you surround yourself with, that has a lot to do with the confidence thing too, as well. You know.
True. Now let me ask you this, Mike. You might, I don't know how you're gonna answer this, but was there ever a moment, because you're the baby brother, you know what I'm saying? Was there ever a moment where your older brother caught more shine on the court than you?
No.
Now, Jenny was nice though. There was a period where Jenny was alright.
Yeah, Jenny was alright, man. You know what I mean? He was alright. He wasn't good, but he was alright. You know what I mean? That's my brother. I love him, man, but he wasn't good. You know what I mean? So, but
Cause you know, all right, take it. All right, because sometimes, not in this instance, but sometimes like the older brother is just good, better because he's older.
I just think that he had like.
But y'all closer in age though.
Yeah, but right. He wasn't like, I was strictly basketball. He wanted to play baseball. He wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I was strictly basketball. I didn't want to do nothing else.
Nothing else?
No, I didn't want to do nothing else, man.
All right, so now, what sparked that? Just straight basketball. Like, what made you zone into basketball?
I just think, man, just like watching Michael Jordan, man, when he was like, we coming up, everybody want to watch Come Fly With Me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he dunked it on, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third. And I always want to dunk. When I see him dunk, and then it was just like, damn, man. You know what I mean? So I think that was my inspiration right there, man. And then it was dope, man, because my mother brought me to, I went to go watch, matter of fact, I went on a bus trip with Mount Olive Church. You know? You know what I mean? Mount Olive Church had the bus trip going to Madison Square Garden and watch the Bulls play, man.
Okay. Shout out to the Bulls. There we go. Yeah.
No doubt. So, it's like when you walked in the gym, you seen Jordan, man. It was like that aura, man. It was like, I'm telling you,
get
man.
Out of here.
Yo, when you seen him, man, it was just like he had like that orange glow or something, man.
AI was like, yo, he got the Jordans on.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. He had the Jordans on. He had the tongue out. You know what I mean? Then he dunked on somebody. Everybody was just like,
like the whole time.
You know what I mean? The whole time, man. I didn't have to pee, man, the whole joint, man. I was just standing, just like watching the dude, man. Like, I didn't want to go to the bathroom, nothing, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That was crazy.
So that was kind of like the switch for you, like
that
basketball.
Was the switch right there, man.
Okay. So now you transition you go from parochial, now high school. What was that transition like? And when did you decide to go to Sacred Heart?
So what happened was, it was like a thing. So you go to Sacred Heart Grammar School, you go to Sacred Heart High School.
That's automatic.
That was like a thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't go to crowd. I was in Kennedy District at the time, though. So if I was to go to a public high school, I would have went to Kennedy.
Okay.
But at that time, like they had like Jerome Malloy was there. They had Malik Williams was there. At the time, there was like the heavy hitters that was really doing their thing. And Gary Petaway, Garnett Petaway, all them dudes, Terrence Morrison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever else was, I think Ruben Davis and Wave and all them dudes. They had a good core of dudes that was nice, man. But I want to come in and gun. That was my whole thing, man. When I get it, I'm coming in gunning. I'm not passing. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me, I ain't need a shot. I ain't like. So I was gunning, man. So I didn't care where I was at. I was shooting that
You
thing.
are definitely telling the truth because in junior pro, you was one of the gunners.
I was gunning that thing. Everybody knew that though. So if you go in there, he ain't gonna pass. So that's what I was trying to do, man. I wasn't trying to pass. I was trying to do nothing, man.
But Mike, though, all right, for playing with, like, even if the boys are playing with you, now you can pass, though.
Yeah, I could pass, but I just chose not to pass.
You just.
So my mentality was, if somebody gonna be the hero, it might as well be me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
okay.
every time down. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna win this possession.
yeah, that's it. Every time down, man. Like, so I felt like I had a better shot than somebody that had the layup.
Okay.
That was just my mentality, you know what I mean?
All right.
Just being honest.
I respect it. Cause yeah, you true to it. Cause in junior pro,
you
was definitely one of the ones that if you was one of the younger kids at that time, you definitely the takeout man. Like, when you're gonna take the ball out, give it to him, you're never gonna see it again. It ain't gonna swing it back to you. Now if you get a steal on a loose ball and you go to the basket, that's it. That's your only points. It ain't like they're gonna be looking for you.
Oh, no, they definitely was looking for you. So that's why I was shooting that thing every time I got it. And if you made it, but if you missed, you definitely wasn't getting that ball. You know what I mean?
So, okay. So now you go from that to now high school.
Yeah.
So you go to Sacred Heart. Now, what was that like? Now, did you was it freshman? You trying to make the freshman squad?
So freshman, as a freshman, I didn't really even play. That's crazy because I didn't really even play JV. I sat on the biz JV, but I ain't really get no burn. Yeah, I didn't get no burn. Then I played freshman where I was 25 as a freshman, playing freshman. By then like during the state tournament, like I got moved up to varsity, but I ain't get no burn.
No burn.
And I ain't get no burn.
Who
So they had like Will Wilson, like John Napiello, like Brendan McCarthy.
Okay,
they had all
Brendan.
these dudes, man. They was decent. They was cool, but I just felt I should have been playing. So that whole summer, I went to Eastern Invitational. I went to some other kids and things like that, and then I just was killing, man. And then that next year, I told myself I worked extra hard, and then I got some strength shoes. What? So I got the strength shoes, and I just took it to another level.
We'll get to that, folks. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Yep. So that next year, my sophomore year, I started varsity, and I averaged 20 points a game as a sophomore.
Varsity.
No
JV. Straight to varsity. 20 points.
20 points. Yep.
So now you the guy.
Yeah, I'm that dude.
You like from sophomore year. That's it. You ain't looking back. Nope. You ain't looking. You the number one option.
That's right.
Now, explain to let's slow it down a little bit. Your process. What was your process in terms of preparing yourself for that next? You know what I'm saying?
Going to the sophomore year?
Yes.
So, like I said, I didn't play varsity at all. So that whole summer, like I just worked on my game. I worked on my weaknesses. I worked on my handle, and most importantly, I felt as though if I could jump higher than everybody else, because I already could shoot, I already could handle it. And then once I start being able to dunk, and then my handle was right, my jump shot was right. But if I get by you, now I'm dunking on you now. So now if I was dunking on you now it's a whole nother fear that they got. You know what I mean?
Facts. And
that's what it was, man. So once I started dunking, I had my first dunk. We played Watertown. It was on the break. I think I was like 5'9" to 5'10" or something like that, and I dunked it on the break. Then after that,
it was over.
Helmets. You know what I mean? I was just dunking on any time I get, any opportunity I get. Nobody was safe.
Right.
No one was safe.
It's crazy you say that. So all right, so now let's not fast forward in time, but fast forward. Let's just say you probably was maybe a junior, senior in high school. For some reason, you came to church, right? Now,
Vacation Bible School?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably Vacation Bible School, and we was talking basketball. He's like, yo, E-Man, you got to get some strip shoes. When I say church, Grace Baptist Church, you know what I'm saying? Kingsbury Street, you know what I'm saying? Waterbury, Connecticut. But you was like,
this is a paid ad.
Strip shoes. And I was, going into my sophomore year, I was like, strip shoes? I said, what's that? He's like, nah, yo, you know what I'm saying? East Bay.
East Bay, that's
you gotta order them from East Bay. That's the only way you can get them. You can't get them out no store, none. You gotta order them from East Bay. They're like $100-something. Word? He's like, yo, you're gonna be, you build your calves up, you be able to jump higher. I was like, oh, okay. Boom. For my birthday, when I turned 16, going into my junior year, but I wanted like the end of my sophomore year. My grandma bought me some strength shoes. Practicing that, I'll never forget. I was in the Pearl Street Summer League, and I went upstairs. Boom, dunked it. It was like an early birthday present. I was like, oh shit. And
it had some bounce back there too.
So it was like when you get upstairs, it's like the rim looks smaller. But I credit that to you because the small conversation we had, and then like I see you at the Boys Club all the time, but I remember that at you know we had a vacation Bible study, and you just threw that out there. I was like, oh shoot, strip shoes. I gotta get that. You know what I mean?
Word.
And you used that until you became known, like, you know what I'm saying, yo, Michael go upstairs if you know what I'm saying, he get a fast break. You became known, you go upstairs on somebody. And then you had these big calves too. It's like, yo.
I caught a few bodies unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because you gonna lay it in and you turned over on them.
That was, I mean.
Now, do you remember the first team you dunked, well not, the first person you dunked on? You ain't gotta say the name. You could if you want to.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I mean, let's see, I had a couple dunks on.
You say the school.
Oh, will be.
The first time you went up on somebody?
No, I think Holy Cross was.
Okay.
And then, well, I remember we played Wilby at Kennedy, and I caught it off the rim.
Ooh.
And I dunked on.
Ooh.
Everybody know who I dunked on. It was like,
it's a Wilby game?
It was a Wilby game. That game, I had 48 points and missed 10 free throws.
How you miss 10?
I don't know, man.
But wait,
I don't know.
You missed 10 free throws, but you still managed to have 48?
I had 48, yep. Missed 10 free
So
throws.
you was hot somewhere?
I was hot the whole game.
Just
I
the
just
free
not
throw
in the
line.
foul line. I couldn't make no free throws, man.
It seemed like the best shooters struggle with free throws.
Word. I don't know why it is, man. But then as I got older, like I started shooting a little bit further behind the free throw line, though. You know what I mean? So it was easier.
Okay.
That way.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Now, obviously, your sophomore, you go from not even playing varsity, just sitting, sitting on the bench like you said, till your sophomore year starting. Green light or just starting?
Well, actually,
You had it like
I created a green light because I didn't have no green light.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. You're right. I think when it came to green light, you go to a Sacred Heart game back then. It's like, it's like go time. Anytime might touch the ball. It's like any shot is, you know what I'm saying? But I think you kind of like birthed the Steph Curry. Like that type of style,
yeah,
taking a couple steps over,
you know what I mean?
the Dame Litter, you take a couple steps on half court and let it fly.
Word.
Now,
Word.
what made you do that? Like, was it like the defense was
No,
playing you close,
I just felt like every game, every shot was going in. You know what I mean? No matter where it was at. And then if I had like 2 in a row, you can forget about it. I was shooting that thing like whenever the defense was coming, I was shooting it further out. I was shooting it further out. I was shooting it further out.
I go to. I'm trying to think. Who was Sacred Heart playing? I want to say it was probably like maybe not Holy Cross. It could have been Crosby maybe, but I seen you take maybe like 3 steps over half court
I still got some films
and
too.
let it fly.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, wait.
I didn't make them all the time though.
Nah,
but
but I'm saying
you know
you still like the confidence to just come over and just boom. I put it like this: most players had to make a couple passes, run through the offense. You had like the supreme green light.
Yeah, so I felt like he wasn't gonna take me out anyway. So you know what I mean? So I was gonna shoot it, and especially like I remember one time he drew up. I remember he took me off the point, and because I played point, right? So then he had took me off the point. I'll never forget this. He took me off and he wanted to put the other dude on the point. Greg at the time wanted to put Greg at the point. So it was a possession down.
Okay.
And Greg was like passing it around.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, we ain't doing this. So, you know what I'm saying? So next time down, I told Greg, just go down, man. Just go down. And I just started shooting it again. You know what I mean? No, man. Like I said, man, it's nothing against some other dudes, man. It was my teammates, nothing against them, but I just felt like if we gonna win, it's gonna be because of me.
Because of you.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. Nah.
Yeah. You gonna put the win or lose, you put the team on your
That's
back.
it, man. Again, I ain't no disrespect to Tennant. There was, I was cool with him.
Yeah.
But I just felt like.
Was it all right? Was it ever any backlash though? Like Mike?
Oh, I didn't care, man. I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that this is what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I knew this is what was gonna pay for me to go to college. I don't know what them other dudes' plans was, but I know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, would that be from you feel because of the practice, the time you put in, that you put in? Cause listening you talk, it sounded like the Kobe quote when they was asking Kobe about it. And like why he feel like he got to, and he said, I know the work I put in, I trust myself.
Right.
They don't put in the work I put in.
So, but that's what it was though. Like you said, like earlier in the conversation, we talked about the strength shoes.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't buying those strength shoes.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They wasn't walking up to Fulton Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They wasn't going to the boys' club. They wasn't doing none of that. So when we got in the game, I was like, I'm dribbling. I see you open. I'm like, yeah, all right. You know what I mean? So I wasn't like, they open, and then one time you pass, da-da-da. One dude get the ball, throw it over the backboard, another dude hit underneath the basket. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't care the backlash, and they didn't talk. Sometimes in school, maybe go to school, and they like, and then the parents start to talk like he don't pass the ball. You don't care? Nope. I didn't care. So I was doing the same thing again. You know what I mean? Come the next game, man.
But you know what though? It's funny that
It paid off.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy how, number one, at that early stage, number one, like you said, this gonna pay for me to go to school. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want to do. I don't know what they want to do. They ain't, matter of fact, I don't care what they want to do. I know what I want to do. This gonna pay for my trail. And the fact that, the truth be told, Mike, you had handle too.
Oh yeah.
You had handle too.
So
People don't talk about the handle.
Yeah, so
they talk about you jacking, but you had handle too.
Yeah, but I was dropping. That's what I'm saying. Like, once I was able to dunk, and it was always playing off me because I had handle and I could shoot it. Now it was a triple threat every time down. So I definitely wasn't passing to them dudes.
You definitely wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely
wasn't passing it.
I mean, I used to pass. You know what? I used to pass my man Sean though. I used to pass it to Sean.
Bays, yeah.
I used to pass it
shout out
to
to
Bays.
Bays.
I used to pass it to Bays.
He just jumped out the gym too back then.
Bays was doing the thing. He was averaging double. I think he's like all-time leading like rebounds or something like that at the school, man.
Okay.
Sean was doing.
Yeah, Bays was doing his thing. But Mike was.
Yeah, it was Mike show though.
It was the Mike show.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this: Okay, so now you had the green light from sophomore to senior year. 3 years of just.
So I averaged 20 my sophomore year, I averaged 25 my junior year, and I averaged 30 my senior year. So would
you say your shots went up or your proficiency went up?
No, the efficiency definitely went up because I started to get recruited now. So now, after my sophomore year, only 2 of us in the league, we got invited to All-American camp. So it was me and Mark Robb. It was in Cincinnati.
Okay.
So we got invited to that. So we went to that. So after that, and I started to see like the type of players and everybody else that was out there. I was like, damn, man, I think I'm doing a little bit. But these other dudes is 6'6", 6'7",
right,
blah, blah, this, that, and the third, and you know what I mean. So I just felt as though that I had to do more. And then that summer, or no, I think that the summer after that, so then we played AAU, so we had a good AAU team.
Okay.
So it was me, Hero, Devon Parker was on there, Sean Baseman was on there. I think that was from around here, and then we had like some other kids. Terrence Christie and went to Clemson. This other dude, Russell Scott, went to Wagner. And anyway, so we had a really good team. So we went to the Nationals in Oklahoma. So when we was ranked 66 out, I think it was like 60 or 70 something teams, we was ranked 66. For Waterbury, got a small time. We had at that time it was Connecticut Stars. AAU was, it's not like how AAU is today.
Right.
Like AAU
it's
today,
the baby stages of it.
AAU today is like pay to play. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got the bread, like you could play. If you stink, you still gonna play. You know what I mean? They gonna find you something to play.
Back
in.
then,
But,
playing.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? But back then it was like a select few. So it was like kind of like a fraternity. Like either you gonna make that or you gonna get cut. It wasn't like, oh, bring Billy over here. He can play. He got money. It won't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with that team, like I said, we was like 66 out of like 70-something teams, man. So we made it to the Elite 8.
Damn.
Word. So,
Word.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Oh, so y'all got busy then.
Yeah, that team was nice that we had.
So then that had to bring back a level of confidence too.
Yeah, so definitely. So that's when I really started getting recruited. You know what I mean? Like Wake Forest, Oklahoma, Georgetown. So I started to get like, now I had the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? That was like, that was recruiting me.
So check this out. So at this point now, so going into like maybe, you got your junior year, now your senior year, you wanted just the top dogs that people just come to see.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and I say that because, again, Waterbury has a rich basketball history. Like, you know what I'm saying? The culture is rich. And there's so many, like on any given night, it's a great, you know what I mean, a AAA, game going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a, must-see game. But it's like, Mike Sanders, who's like, we got to go to that game. It was like must-see basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I definitely was giving y'all what y'all wanted to see back then. Definitely. Win or lose.
Right.
Win or lose, I was getting 30. But the funny thing about it was that what I liked about playing back then, even though everybody you played, they knew you was getting 30. The coach knew you was getting 30.
He knew it.
The dude you was playing that was guarding, he knew he was getting 30. There's nothing he could do about it. But they already knew that though, going into the game.
I remember, so we're going to bring it, it's kind of like a boys club, right? So even when we was in high school, we always at the boys club Saturday morning.
Oh yeah.
We always at the boys club Saturday morning. So even guys that played Friday night, they, you know what I'm saying, Sacred Heart, Holy Cross, Saturday morning, we all at the boys club. I never forget one time. I guess y'all played Holy Cross Friday night. Saturday morning, I'm in the boys club, and we all looking at the paper. He said, yo, we lost. I went upstairs though. You was like, yo, we took an L, but I went upstairs. You should have seen the E. And you were telling me about, a dunk you caught against Holy Cross.
So I used to be catching like back dunks back then. Like, it was crazy, man. Just like, cause we was all the same height back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it wasn't like nobody was 6'5", 6'6", dunking on nobody this, that, and third. But it was just like, you know what? The funny thing about it was like even the younger kids back then that was coming to the games, like when I was coming up, like we paid homage to like the guys that was in front, like Art Rock, T. Davis, Jerome, like them dudes you always pay homage to. And I think even the ones that was coming up under us, like Edmund or like Jason Johnson, like they was paying homage, man, because when they had the time, they was giving it to the other dudes. So it was just like a thing that was being passed on. Like, I think Waterbury, like during that state in those years, man, they had the best, should I say, basketball players throughout the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when you look at the state, like if you're a person that follows the state brackets and then you happen to look at the papers like, oh shoot, that's a Waterbury squad in Class M. That's a Waterbury squad in Class S. That's 2 Waterbury squads in Class L. Then that's double L. You're like, oh, where all these other teams coming from? And you got Waterbury in all these classes at the top over here getting busy, second round. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like I never forget. I think I probably said in another segment of our show. I was in Stanford, working in Stanford, and some dude said to me, he said, yo, man, I went through Waterbury. He's like, yo, do everybody play basketball? I was like, why you say? He's like, yo, because I see everybody with book bags and the slides on, like they about to go get busy on the court. I said, well, listen, Waterbury is a basketball town. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got some football players that come through, but primarily Waterbury is a basketball town. We got all these schools, but throughout all these schools, everybody can't go to the same school. So you got a lot of great players in a lot of different schools.
Yeah, the rivalries was crazy.
And the rivalries is crazy. So
the rivalries was crazy.
So what would you say your biggest rivalry was?
Holy Cross.
Back then?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the game you got up for?
So I had so Harold would tell me all the time, like we played Holy Cross at Holy Cross, and like I was like 3 points from scoring 1,000 points. So I had like 37 that day, but they were just like, please don't let this dude get 1,000
on him. No, sir.
So,
it was like that. But you know what? But you had big games even with T.
Yeah.
Because T was a little older than you, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, because the game that I seen at the Boys Club the next day, you played against T.
Yeah.
That Friday. And you know what I'm saying? T was nice.
T was nice, man.
T was nice. He could shoot.
He could rebound. He could play D. He was nice, man.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, but I went upstairs though.
T ain't want that smoke. You know what I mean? T, shout out to T Davis, man. But
T Davis.
T was nice, man.
So what would you say? You figured you got it for Holy Cross. What would you say?
I used to get it for Wilby too. I used to like play against Wilby too, man.
Wilby?
You know what I mean? I just like playing against them. I just like playing.
What is it about Wilby that made you get up for them?
Cause they was like them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Blowing everybody out, smacking everybody,
talking junk,
hacking, cheating. You know what I mean? Fouling.
Talk your shit, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? Just it was just wilding in the games, man. Like beating people up, like
Wilby?
all type of
Not
shit,
Wilby.
stuff. Yeah, it was just like. But it was like, it was competitive, and that's what you want. I just wanted to play against the best all the time. I wasn't backing down against nobody. But if you play against them, and if you giving them work, like dudes on that team was scared. So that game, they didn't mind me shooting that game.
They didn't mind, here, Mike.
They didn't mind me shooting that game. They're like, oh.
But think about it. So, okay. So is it safe to say that when you go into Wilby's up emotionally, like, you know what I'm saying?
The crowd, man, was talking shit.
The Wilby crowd crazy. The players is like, you know what I'm saying? They're up, and you might have some of your players that's like, oh,
fighting in the stands, like it was like that stuff back then. It was just like the atmosphere, like you want to play in that type of atmosphere. Well, I did anyway.
Well, here's the thing, though. So you go to a couple high school games. I went to a couple high school games, and it's like, it's I would say semi-packed compared to the high school games back then. Back then, it was standing room only in most of the games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Standing room only or packed.
Like the Wilby Holy Cross game would be packed. Like you couldn't get into them games, like, you know what I mean? So it was like the rivals game, Wilby Holy Cross. Because Holy Cross was always like the team to beat, and Wilby was always like the team. I mean, we were never going to beat them. I mean, we almost beat Holy Cross a couple times, but Wilby, forget about it. We was getting pumped. You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end. I mean, pumped. 30 piece, 40 piece.
She said we get pumped.
About it, you know what I mean? Terrible, man. But hey, I was getting mine, so I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So, but they was giving it what we
That's
wanted.
That's right, Mike. You got busy.
What?
Hey, Wilby knew you was in the building.
They definitely knew I was in the building, but everybody else it was like 40 people. Then I remember like Jamel. Jamel Lawrence.
Mel Lawrence
from Mickey D's, man. He came up one time, passing the Keno.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, Keno.
Keno got busy on y'all?
Keno had a dunk too. I'm like, damn, man.
Hey, that's a great Baptist native too, yo.
Keno?
Yeah,
Keno Pollard.
Keno. He was in
So,
there with
I mean, like, but 10 them games, man. I remember Mark Rob dunked down. Plus, so I remember Mark Rob dunked down Wallace Wiggins one time.
You caught Wally?
On the break, man.
Ooh.
Anyway, man. I'll never forget that, man. Like, damn.
But see, you know, and we had Marcus up here, you know what I'm saying, before. And what I would say with Marcus is like, and I told him, I was like, yo, like, as a kid, he probably, what, a year older than you, 2 years older than you, right? So he, you know what I'm saying, you got me by like, what, 2-3 years. So he got me like almost 5.
No, but
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, see you asked him that number, he was like,
Come on, bro.
He
I'm 32.
Right, he ain't no 2 years old, nobody. But, man,
Same age, look.
But it's like certain players, like even like that whole, like the Wilby squad or the Wilby persona was like, you know, like you said, hard nose. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? We gonna foul you. You ain't getting none easy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
but they used to foul you, not even help you up. Like, it was like, yo, I mean, clothesline, motherfucker, like, yo, them dudes bugged out, man. Them dudes bugged out.
But you figure, you got somebody like Marcus. I was like, yo, I ain't never see you. You wasn't smiling. You just
Marcus
business at all
T-Lock,
times. T-Lock. You know what I'm saying? But
and life was nice too. Don't forget Dame.
Oh,
Dame
yeah,
was
Dame.
nice too.
Dame was nasty. Dame was right after them, and then you got Devon. Dame and Devon.
Devon started as a freshman though too. Devon was doing work. He was like, you know what I mean? So it was like, but we was getting pumped anyway, so it didn't matter.
But do you think because of the history of that squad and like the majority of your guys probably played with you the whole 4 years, they was kind of like, nah, man, like mentally get drained or like or defeated before the game even
going
started?
into the game, they were scared. Like probably everyone except for Sean Bazemore, but everybody's blessed his soul. Wiles wasn't scared when Wiles was playing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He
of
wasn't
course.
scared. But them other dudes, I don't think Rich was scared though either, man. Rich wasn't scared, but them other dudes, boo, they throwing the ball on the other side of the red.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like they looking at him wrong and they like pass you the ball. Like, oh, what you doing, man? You know?
So, hey,
what I'm
did you
saying?
go into those games like, yeah, I know I'm gonna have to score at least 40 tonight?
Oh, I didn't mind at all. I didn't mind. Like, just pass me the ball. Man. It's cool. Crosby was nice though too. Rob Saunders, like Jay Johnson was a freshman.
Yep.
At that time, he was nice. Who else was nice? His brother was nice. Dre was nice.
So-
Who else was on that team?
You got Rob, Dre, Sharon Watts,
Yeah, Sharon Watson played on that
Yeah.
team too. He was decent.
Watson.
I think Chris Ortiz, he was pretty good.
Chris Ortiz was before.
Oh, okay, it was
The
okay.
year before.
Yeah, that's right. It was the year before. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I think, so what I was going to say is, looking back, I remember that jamboree. Everybody was like, out of everybody on that, like all the teams, when Sacred Heart came up, it was almost like everybody was like waiting, like, I'm gonna see Mike get up. I'm gonna see Mike get up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember one play you did get up, but it was after, like it was like a foul. But you went up and still dunked it.
Remember that?
But the crowd still went crazy, kind of. But it was a bad play, but the crowd still went crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I say that it was a perfect, segue to the fact that Sacred Heart and Crosby had battles.
Yeah.
It was almost like, mentally, I don't know if your teammates was like, I think we can get one on these guys, but it's like they, those games were real games, like overtime and all that. Like those were epic battles. Sacred Heart and Crosby.
Nah, they was, man. They was.
Like you and Dre even went at it a little bit.
Dre was nice, man. Dre was nice, man. Dre was nice, but we played them. I had 39 that game. But I think we lost though, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care.
We know why I'm here.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, when they come to recruit you, they ain't looking at the wins and losses.
You don't think so?
What? For what? They're looking at the individual player of the game. The player, what he can do. You know what I mean? Because every game that we played was like a box of one that they had.
Okay.
And stuff like that, especially when we played Holy Cross.
A box of
You know what I mean?
one
Had a
you?
box of- yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't forget, Edmund was nice too.
How do
Ed was
you?
nice.
Oh, shout out to Ed. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, Ed is like my generation. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, how do you, when everybody gunning for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you shoot out that box and one? Because you're a volume shooter. How do you shoot out of that?
Because I never met a shot I didn't like.
So you
You know
still
what I
got
mean?
on
So
to
I was
the two
gonna
guys
shoot
with
it.
you?
Yeah, no matter what. Like I said, man, the odds was, I felt like I had better odds than the next person on my team.
Okay.
So I didn't mind shooting it. And obviously, they didn't mind either. They kept on passing it to me anyway. They didn't mind it. But that goes back to like you in the backyard, you working on, you walking up the floor, and you doing this, you doing that.
Right.
You going to the boys club. You know what I'm saying? So you getting all that work in. Them dudes wasn't doing that.
Right.
They didn't even play like back then. Like it was not really AAU just really started. So
True.
dudes they was either playing baseball or something like that.
Something
You know
else
what I mean?
that
There
took their
wasn't really-
time.
Yeah, there was.
You was strictly basketball the whole
I was
time.
strictly basketball the whole time, man.
Okay. All right. Now, do you think if you had, like, say if you had Hero on your team, not the Cross teams, but say if you had a Hero on your team, you think your game would have been different?
Yeah, I think that I would have somebody that I could really rely on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was a guard player. Not saying them other dudes was, but I mean just someone as a guard that I know what I'm getting every day with Hero.
Gotcha.
I know what I'm getting, and I know them dudes, and I know that dudes ain't gonna say it, but you know who's scared of you. You know who's not scared of you. You know who want to guard you. You know who don't want to guard you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
They
you
know
a Hero,
that.
you gotta play like, oh man.
Yeah, so
nobody
you know,
get a break.
it's like a dynamic duel. Like when you going like when you playing in the game, like you know what I'm saying. So you already know.
Okay.
You look into that dude eyes on that jump ball. Oh, that dude's scared. Man. He don't want that.
You don't want it.
He don't want that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some dudes I used to be standing up like we shaking hands at the beginning of the game at the tap. This is when I was feeling myself then. You know what I mean? I was really feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like at some tip blocks, shake hands. I'd be like, who's harder than me? And if
Oh,
this dude
no,
come
you
over to
didn't.
me, I'd be slap him on the body, like, you getting 40. Like that. What? Yeah.
You getting 40.
You getting 40. Just like that to him, man.
No, sir.
Mhm.
See, Mike, I ain't never see. Now, see, no, if a person not on the court, they don't even hear that conversation.
Well, I used to talk crazy in them games.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I used to talk crazy in them games, man.
He said you getting 40.
What? And then it was just like you dribbling up the sidelines, and then you see this one talking or this one in the crowd. You see somebody that you know, blah blah blah, this that and third. Now this dude is seeing you talk to the crowd.
Oh, you talking to the
Come
crowd?
on, man. I'm just talk to the crowd. The guy that's guarding you, you know what I'm saying? He see you talking to the crowd. They like, damn, this dude right here, like, what's this dude, man? You know what I mean? Then you hit him, he like.
Yeah.
You know, so
all right, what's the player that you felt like kept you from like doing what you want to do on the court?
nobody, man.
Nobody.
Mm-mm.
So you every time you took from sophomore year to senior year.
You know what? It'd be a bum. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a bum that don't get no burn, and he get in the game just to foul you. Them dudes. I used to hate them dudes, man. Just come in the game, it's terrible, stink, don't get no burn. He's just in there to foul you. You know what I mean?
He's in the fight because he's gonna slow
You know
you
what
up
I'm
a
saying? He
little
trying to
bit.
slow you up, bum, and he talking crazy. You like,
Mm-hmm. You can't really get off.
you can't really do
The
your
regular
thing.
dude
He
don't
not
wanna
worried
foul
about
out.
nothing else, but he gonna burn all his fouls on you. Everybody got that. Everybody got a player like that they know that stink. Even when you playing taps or you playing 21, you always got that dude that think he good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Your man's boy.
Yeah.
That stink. You know what I mean? Everybody got a friend like that. Like he want to come with you, he want to, but he stink. So you just go follow him, man. Just do that in third.
Yeah.
That dude.
That dude.
That's the worst dude. That's the dude that you hate to play against, man. Cause he don't care, man. He wild. And the football dudes. The football dudes is the worst
Right,
dudes,
man.
That's, you know what I mean? Them is the other ones, like. Everybody know.
Oh man. So all right, how would you rate your defense though?
Well, I ain't playing no D.
Right.
I ain't playing no D. I ain't playing no D till I got to college, man. I ain't
Really?
playing no D. Nah, I was storing too much on offense, man. You know?
So
So I ain't playing no D, man.
So, all
I
right.
definitely play no D, man.
So all right, so check this out. So say you getting yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the player? You pick any team. Who's the player that you felt like gonna get theirs? And you probably had to guard him.
Oh, Mark Rob, definitely, man.
He gonna get hit.
Oh, he definitely was gonna get hit. He shot 1,000 times too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
So what's
Mark.
that matchup like? Is it like you shoot? All right, I'm gonna come down to shoot. Like,
Mark still to this day shoot every time. You know what I mean? So I mean, he was letting that thing go. Like,
shout out to Mark Rod, yo.
Mark.
Hey, yo,
you know
Mark.
what I mean?
I rock with you, man.
I took that from you though, Mark, every time, man. You know what I mean? So it was like you had to play that because he was shooting every time.
But
I was shooting every time too, though. You know what I mean?
So take you got Mark guarding you. You gonna shoot every time. He gonna shoot every time. But Mark, you know, says he has a little, you know, he likes his defense. Now, are you guarding Mark?
I would guard Mark. Yeah, I would guard Mark.
Now, would you try to slow him down?
No, let me take that back. When we played Wilby, no one guarded Wilby. They played zone because they was transition. They was running. That's
a run team.
Well,
yes.
like with us, we were playing zone. We couldn't match up with them.
Okay.
There was too many matchup problems, man, because they was like, they had everything. You know what I mean? They had dudes coming off the bench. They was like, you know what I'm saying? All type of dudes, man. So that was coming in and out. So you really didn't play them.
So that type of team for you, that preserved you for the offense because you playing zone.
We was playing zone, yeah.
So it preserves you for offense.
And they was playing man.
They playing man. So will Mark be guarding you?
Sometimes he really didn't guard me that much.
Okay.
He didn't really guard me that much. I'm trying to think who was
because everybody know Mark was, you know, a stickler on defense though. Would you think Mark would be the one to slow you down?
Nobody was slowing me down, man. And I love Mark to death, man, but if Mark was coming, I was shooting that thing further than that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like on some reckless abandon stuff, man. Like I was just, you know what I mean? Just letting it go. I just felt like no matter who I was playing against, I was the best player on that floor. Even if they were better, I was gonna let them know that, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely gave respect and paid homage. Definitely did that. You know what I mean? So I definitely gave everybody their respect. That was nice. But if you wasn't nice, I wasn't giving you no respect.
Right. And that's respect to that.
Yeah, that's I mean, you gotta earn the respect. You know what I mean? Like, if you hit the worst type of dude is don't score the whole game, hits the three, and he started talking and doing all this. That's like, what you doing all night? For real? That's what you gonna do? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Just all that.
So now you're a senior, right?
Yeah.
So now, to you, you know what I'm saying? Even though you played for, you know, Sacred Heart, you said, you know, you wasn't racking up a lot of wins, but for guys like you, every night, like the lights is bright.
I just felt as though because I was getting recruited at that time, so I had to perform every night. So I had a different scout that was coming to see me play. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So from Boston College to whatever, you know what I mean? I had a different scout in the building coming to see me play. So like I said, it didn't really matter about wins and losses because when you get a scholarship, you only get the scholarship. It's only one scholarship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not the whole team. I'm not trying to say don't be a team player, but in my, I mean, where I was at, I mean, I just felt like I just had to be that dude, man, because, you know, no one else want to step it up like that, you know.
But I mean, truth be told, you was that dude though. You know what I'm saying?
I just want you to hear you say that. Yeah.
You was that dude. I'm gonna give it to you. You was that dude. You know what I'm saying? And more often than not, you know, I'm gonna say that people got a little bit of what they want to see, what they came to see. You know what I'm saying? It's like whether you dunked on somebody or he just hit 5 threes in a row, or you know what I'm saying? You know, did a crazy layup or something. They get that's Mike right there. You know, you don't call somebody that went up and did something crazy. You know what I'm saying? More often than not, you gave them what they came to see. So that's when, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why I said you was must see every night because he gonna give us something. They might lose, but he gonna give us something. You know what I'm saying? So for you to know, like then, like, and that was kind of from what you know, from what your channel is like, that was like an inner thing. Like, nah, I'm getting busy. I'm going for mine. Some people, you might have nowadays you might have a parent that's, you gotta go get yours, son, go get your thing, but for you to have it where, like in yourself, I'm going to get mine.
Yeah, man.
And then when you get to a certain, these schools is looking at one person. I'm going to be that person they're going to check out.
So no doubt. So, I mean, like, it's the time that you put in off the floor. The games is the easy part. The training is the hard part. The discipline of it, that's the hard part.
People don't see that. They only see Friday night, Tuesday night.
Yeah, but
they don't see what happens Saturday morning.
They don't see, but that's what I'm saying. That's like these kids today. They see Steph Curry, the step back, or Dame Lillard, or this and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They don't see all that other stuff adding up to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't see the preparation that adds up to that. The separation, you know what I mean, with the preparation.
But here's one. The fact that not alone, everybody can have a green light. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can have the green light. But to shoot when you got the green light, like I'm gonna make this shot. Like I think I'm gonna make this shot. If I miss, you know what I'm saying, I must have got fouled, or you know what I'm saying, the rim messed up or something. You know what I mean? Like every shot to you was a good shot.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you train, your confidence up there like, oh, I missed that.
So I used to be like, I'm not letting no dude like come in here that don't do nothing outshine me. I wasn't doing that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know them dudes, I don't do this stuff, but I know that they wasn't doing what I was doing.
Right.
So I definitely wasn't letting them come in there and do nothing. You know what I mean? So that was my mentality. Like I was in the gym, I was doing this, I was doing that, I had the strength shoes, doing this, I was jump rope, blah blah blah. So I'm just not letting some other dude I'm playing against gonna try to stop me on offense. You know what I mean? So nah, man, I just wasn't having that.
No. And you know what? Like you said, like a lot of teams probably seen it as like, Mike gonna get his.
Oh, that's what that was the scout report. That was the
Mike
scout
gonna get
report.
his.
Like he gonna get his, man. Just worry about these other dudes. But that was respect, though.
He gonna get his.
Yeah, that was respect. Oh, you ain't gotta worry about nobody. He gonna get his. So just concentrate. Blah blah blah. If there's someone says something about you, they already know that there's nothing that they could do with you.
So okay. Now, with that said, right? We know Hero. Now, if you had to add another person, I don't know, how do you think your Sacred Heart team was overall? Let me ask you that.
Oh, we were terrible, man.
Terrible?
Yeah, we were terrible. I mean, I'm just being honest. We stunk.
So all right, so the fact that you felt like you played on a terrible team, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, your team was still must-see TV.
No, absolutely.
Still must-see TV. Everybody's still checking the next. If you didn't make it to the game, you're looking at the paper sports section.
We only had 5 wins my senior year.
Get out of here.
Shit, man.
You ain't make the States?
Nope.
Your senior year, you didn't make the
I
States?
made the States, man. It was 5-15.
Get out of here, man.
Terrible, man.
So, okay.
But all the games are packed.
Yes!
You know what I'm saying?
So, because they know, like I said before, you're going to give them something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they know, okay, Mike might hit 10 threes. He might dunk on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He might, you know what I'm saying? He's going to give us something. So I'm going. I'm going to see what he's going to do. It's always that benefit of doubt. And next thing you know, oh, he did it.
But that was dope. That was the dope thing about it, was that people respected you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they like acknowledged like you was that dude, and they was coming to support you. So that's why, like, even today, like when I do training and things like that, I always pay homage, man, and give to those that was definitely in that era. Some of the younger dudes that look up to us, man, when we were playing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it's dope, man. I think it's good always to give back to your community, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope.
Awesome, for sure. Okay, so now you go to, you have a stellar, you know what I'm saying, individual statistic-wise, you have a stellar high school career. What happens next?
So after that, I had narrowed my schools down. So the funny thing about it was that Georgetown came to recruit me, and they came to the boys club. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. So they came to the boys club, and I think Edmund played in the game. I think Wes, remember Mukenfir?
Yeah.
Wes he played in it. It was like
I remember hearing about it. I remember that.
Yep. And so I had, but the thing about it was that I really didn't understand the recruitment. The recruitment period, the recruitment stuff, like, because nobody was going D1 back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably count on your hand, like, around, like, before probably Phil Lott, you know, he went, you know what I'm saying, he went to Hawaii, or like, Jerome went to UMass, you know what I'm saying? So then it was like me after that, you know what I mean? So I had, like, Georgetown, Wake Forest, Boston College, so I had a school. But then I had, like, a mid-major school. The thing about it was that my mom came to all my games, so I wanted my mom to continue to go to the games. So I had committed to Georgetown, but then it was like I committed, then Allen Iverson had committed, and then he got in that trouble with that bowling alley. I don't know if you remember all that stuff. He went to court, jail, whatever. But I didn't really know too much about the recruitment, so that at that same time, I did committed, and then went to Iona. You know what I'm saying?
So
but I didn't know the process, though.
But listen, did you know of Allen Iverson then?
No, I really didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But then you start to read the books, you start doing this, that, and third, and then when they're recruiting you, they're telling you, like, where you are on the recruit list. You know what I'm saying? Wow. He was their #1 recruit. You know what I mean? But then he was blah, blah, blah. I was their #2 recruit. And it was like 3 other dudes I didn't know.
You know your decision to go to Iona changed the course of, think about it. So say you would have been like, all right, I'm all in for Georgetown.
I know, right?
So, but here, even if AI still goes there, right?
But that'd have been dope.
Wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. You may turn into how Victor Page was the Batman to AI.
Nah, you're right, man.
You know what I mean? Like Mike and Vic, Mike and AI. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that was dope. I think about that.
That would have been crazy. Like when you think about that, like, oh damn, you was that close in the equation. And then you go to Iona, then AI go to Georgetown, and Victor Page the following year.
Yeah.
That could have been you and AI show. And Victor Page probably would have been in the room.
Yeah, he probably would have.
Because it would have been y'all.
Mm-hmm. But, you know,
that's a crazy backcourt, too.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how, would that work? You and AI?
I don't know. I'd have been shooting, though, so, I mean. Allen Iverson is not. You know what I'm saying? So.
Nah, but that's dope. So you go to Iona.
So I went there, and I went there for 2 years. I played 2 years. Then after that, the coach left and went to Providence.
Okay.
So then after that, the new guy that was coming in, me and him didn't see eye to eye. You know what I mean? And then, so I left, and I went to, I had 2 years to play Division I. No, 2 years to play Division II, 1 year to play Division I. So I was just like, you know what? So then I just wanted to see, I went down to North Carolina. I went to Shaw University.
Shaw?
Historical Black College.
Yep.
So I went there and I played there, and then after that, I went overseas, man. Then I went overseas. I had a 10-year career, man, overseas.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, like, you know, when you were playing overseas and stuff like that. So, all right. So you go from college. Now, what's the biggest transition from high school to college?
The speed
that you saw.
The speed of the game. The speed of the game and the picking up. To pick up the plays, to pick up the defense. You know what I'm saying? The whole transition defense.
So now,
speed is totally.
College, you gotta play a little D.
Oh yeah, or you ain't gonna play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like that speed, like, but I think like when we play against like Kentucky and play like at Madison Square Garden and stuff like that, like just those speed of those like the kids today don't understand like the speed of it. And the decision making of it when you get to that level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. High school, you can take your time, but now you got a shot clock.
You got a shot clock, and here's one. Everybody on that high school floor is not, nice, so to speak. Not to take anything away from everybody. But when you get on college, everybody was recruited.
Oh, absolutely.
To be there.
So
you know what I mean? So you got a certain level of niceness, especially on that level.
But now it's a job because you're getting paid. Basically, they're giving you a scholarship to perform. So everything is different. If you ain't doing it, your ass is out of there. You know what I'm saying? Right. They can recruit over you. They can bring somebody else in, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, that coach's job is going to be on the line.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So it's a business after that, man. Once you start to get recruited and they start talking these numbers about where they want you to go, blah, blah, this, and third, it's totally different after that, man. So everybody that think you nice, you ain't nice.
Right.
And that's the problem, man. Everybody think that they nice. Everybody going D1. You ain't going. Everybody ain't going D1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with going Division 2. It's nothing wrong with going Division 3.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody got this stigma about they got to go D1. Everyone's not a Division 1 player.
Here's one. A lot of players, they get, you know, I don't know what it is. They get brainwashed with D1 major. You know what I'm saying? But you got D1 mid major, you got D1, you know, lower level, D2. You know what I'm saying? D2 independent. You know what I'm saying? Where you got D2 that play some D1 schools.
You got NAIA. You got all that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean?
You know, so to me, this how I look at it. If you can go somewhere, play ball, and if you can get a free education out of it,
that's it.
You made it.
Well, you know what it is? The percentage of dudes going to the NBA, man. It's like 0.1%, man.
0.1%.
You know what I'm saying? 0.1%, and then it's like everybody act like they going to the NBA or they going to the G League or no, you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just go. I'm not trying to, you know, deflate your dreams, but you got to be realistic with yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you 6'6", 6'7", right, and you ain't dunking nothing, you ain't dunking on nobody.
Ain't happening.
You ain't going no league, dude. You lucky if you go Division 3. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like, cause you got stretch forward, you got this, you got that, you got blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You got dudes that's 5'9", dunking on everybody. But if you ain't if you settling and you think you nice and you ain't putting in the work, forget about it, man.
Yeah.
It's over, man.
And you know, you gotta have that work ethic. You gotta have that driving within yourself too.
That's it, man.
The drive within yourself to, like you said.
But the problem is with everybody, right? No one wants to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want a handout. Everybody wants you to look out for them. Hey, hold me down, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. But they don't care about the plug though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like y'all don't care about the plug. Y'all want everybody to hook you up.
Right.
But the plug hook you up, right? But you don't perform.
You don't perform. Now the plug.
Now the plug ain't the plug no more.
Ain't the plug no more.
For someone that's nice. Right. That's the problem. Stop fucking the plug up, man.
Right.
Straight up.
That's facts. That's facts.
That's right, man.
That's facts.
It's just real talk, man.
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm glad you was able to spill on that.
Yeah, if you ain't nice, you ain't nice. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is everybody's not nice. Everybody, you gotta work. You know what I mean? You gotta work for what you want. And then there's nothing else. Then it comes to being respected. Now they gonna respect you because they know you work hard. They gonna know you gonna give. Oh, don't worry about. Oh, he definitely gonna come over here. He gonna give 110% every time down.
Right.
He ain't gotta say enough for nothing.
Right. He gonna do what he gotta do.
That's it, man. That's what people want to see. You ain't gotta be the nicest one, but if you working hardest, they gonna take you, man.
For sure. Absolutely. So, Mike, you know, just to kind of like recap some of the stuff, you know, we touched upon a lot, you know what I'm saying? And the main purpose that, you know what I'm saying, we got you up here is number one, to show homage. And for me, it was like, you was the top dog ahead of my class. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you gave, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say me, you know what I'm saying, because I know you personally. But you gave, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure you touched a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, you got the J. Johns, the Evans, you know what I'm saying, you touched a lot of people, Terrells, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know, that we was all together, you know what I'm saying, you done touched us with, you know what I'm saying, what you did on the court, you know what I'm saying, so, with bringing you up here, for me, it's like, thank you.
I appreciate that, man.
You know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like, even, like, here's the thing what people don't realize is like, here's the one thing that people don't know. Is when you're playing, right, on game night, in the NBL, parochial, any league you in, on game night, most games is Tuesdays and Fridays. Most players don't see other players.
True.
Because most players got games. We all read about each other the next day.
True.
Until we got to meet. You know what I'm saying? Unless we play in the summer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Other than that, we got the boys club, we link up. Like, unless we, you know, like the boys club, the rec. Other things that bring a lot of the inner city guys together. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, everybody looking at the paper Saturday morning. Yo, let me see, who had such and such last night? Well, I had 30 last night. Everybody's at the boys club looking at the paper, seeing who did what the night before.
That's true. Nah, you right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and for me, it's like, I like to say it's a privilege for me because number one, I know you. You know what I'm saying? I see you. We up in the booth talking, chattering, and you know what I'm saying. And vacation Bible study, but
I just do vacation Bible school. I just gotta get this out, man. It's been bothering me for years, man. Yo, I just gotta get this out, man. It's me and my brother were sitting in the pew. Yo, I always want to know this, man. And it was Damian Mosley, right?
DJ Dollar Sign. No, the DJ
Dame Dollar.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. I just need to know if this was you, man. Reverend Green was at the pew. He said, first we're going to have recreation. Then they're like, was that you in the party?
Yeah.
No, was that you?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah.
No.
Live at the barbecue crossover. No, hold on. Yo, Mike, hold on. We do this thing on our other show, Live at the Barbecue, right?
Yeah.
And we have a segment called Beerson Moments.
Yo, Mike, I can't have you here.
Yeah, he told that story. He told that story.
No.
Mike, you remember that, yo.
Yeah, you came up here and told like 3 Beerson on this,
Yo, that shit was loud, like, yo, you know what I mean? And then like my mother was there, my mother in the front, so you know what I'm saying? It was like,
yo, man, Mike,
man.
That's
you crazy,
Yo. So was you?
Yeah.
What are you him though?
Yo.
I blamed it on him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were some clowns, yo.
Yeah. We are 3%.
We were some clowns. So listen, so when we have a running back for the fam entertainment,
Yo. Go ahead, man.
We just want to say, you know what I'm saying, thank you for, you know what I'm saying, blessing this city with your talents. Like I said, you was must see on the basketball court. And I don't think, our generation definitely ain't forget about you, and I don't want the younger generation to forget about you.
Well, appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Because you did your thing. And it should be honored. So at this point, without further ado, let me get this to you, man.
Oh, man, thank you, man. This is dope, man. What is this? Oh, that's dope, man. Oh, this is dope right here.
Shout out to Miss Word. Take your heart.
That, man.
You know what I mean?
Book, man. Okay. Oh, they got the whole joint. Look at this, man. Look at that.
Shout out to Mr. Sid. He did his thing.
Yo, look at that 25.1. You see what I'm saying? Oh, this is dope, man.
But this is what Waterbury is about, yo. You know what I'm saying? We showing homage. You know what I'm saying? We giving big ups. You know what I'm saying? Some people we ain't get to yet, we gonna get to you. You know what I'm saying? Just get, if we ain't get at you, get at us. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Giving you your props, letting the city know what Waterbury stand on. And, that concludes this segment of Run It Back. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. We always gonna, hit you with, the greatest stars from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And, once again, I'd like to give it up to my man, Mike Simmons, man, for blessing the city with his basketball talents in the court. From the boys club, parochial league, to Sacred Heart, on to Iona, man.
I'm up early, trying to beat the sun up. Grinding hard for mine to see a meal before my sun's up.